Hello and namaste, welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to discuss some more attributes about the Muladhara Chakra. If you haven't watched the last video, go ahead and watch that video. Then later on come to this particular video. So we have already discussed that Muladhara has the earthly element associated with it. What does earth stand for? Don't get tied to the words. Earth is basically the stony influence, okay? It's the rigidity within any element. I have this bottle, okay? I have this bottle. Even the bottle has water within it. Even the water has some rigidity in it. If it wasn't rigid, it would just fly away, right? It has some characteristics, some rigidity that allows it to occupy the space. So that rigidity is associated with every element, every object and every substance in the universe, okay? Some rigid quality is present in every substance. You cannot avoid that. Even air has some rigidity. Okay, that's why when there is too much of certain amount of air in the surrounding, for example carbon dioxide is too much there, it applies a certain amount of pressure on our lungs, okay, we feel suffocated. Everything has certain amount of rigidity within it and the quantity can be greater or lower. So the most amount of rigidity is of stone or of earth. That's what we mean when we say Muladhara is associated with the earthly elements. A person who has too much associated with the Muladhara Chakra, or as Maslow says, his physical needs, is too attached to the physical environment, okay, too attached to his animalistic attributes, is too attached to his own structure, is too attached to his own way of thinking. And it's very hard to say when someone has overcome these characteristics, but it's easy to observe when someone has overcome these characteristics, because a person who has overcome these characteristics of being too rigid is able to change his opinion when a new information comes in. You might have seen such people who refuse to change their beliefs even if new information comes in and say that new information is false or I don't want to listen to that information. These are the people who say it's my way or highway. These are the people you have to be afraid of, okay, and stay away from. These are the people that pull you down, okay. They are too rigid for their own benefit, okay. They harm themselves and they harm others, okay. These are the people who have unbalanced Muladhara Chakra and they need to work on their Muladhara Chakra. Muladhara Chakra is basically a rigid attribute of an individual. So if you look at animals have really strong Muladhara. If you go ahead and reason with them, they won't understand. They are animals, okay. They will come and bite you, okay. Try to reason with a tiger, you won't be able to do it. Humans are the only organism, only animals in the animal kingdom who are able to think and change their opinion, change their plan and do anything and everything possible to succeed in life, okay. They are adaptable. So the person who has unbalanced Muladhara Chakra is unable to adapt. This is the same person who stays in a career for 10 years and refuses to change the job because changing the job would mean learning new skills. This is the same person who, once he gets fired, is unable to get a new job because he wants to get it in the same technology that he worked on previously. Muladhara Chakra is related to rigidity. And don't think that rigidity is bad. Rigidity is good. Anything that is given to us by the Almighty is good, is for our benefit. But it's when we get too attached to a certain outlook or certain way of life that it becomes detrimental. Association is bad, okay. And not knowing what you are and still associating with is bad. For example, if I give you another example, same water bottle, okay. Now this water bottle, if the water begins to think that it is the bottle, when it falls down and the bottle get hit, the water will get hit, okay, because the water thinks it's the bottle. But in reality, when it falls down, nothing happens to the water. Water faces no loss, okay. Bottle may be scratched, bottle may break down, but still water will not be scratched. So this is the consciousness that you have to develop when you're opening your chakra. You have to be conscious about what you are and what you're not. This is raising your consciousness. Once you have balanced your earthly element, you begin to see that you are not this body, okay. It will come naturally to you. You do not have to follow any guru who says that you're not the body, you're not the mind. You know who I'm talking about, obviously. You don't have to follow any guru. It will come naturally to you, okay, once you open the Muladhara Chakra. And opening the Muladhara Chakra is going beyond the physical needs and understanding that even if you don't have these physical needs, it's okay, it's fine. Even if you have to die, it's fine, okay. You have lived your life according to your own goals, own principles. A person who has an unbalanced Muladhara Chakra will be too attached to his own body. He will be trying to fulfill his body's needs in each and every way possible. He will try to have more sexual contacts. He will try to eat a lot of food. He will try to groom himself too much. He will try to pride himself over his looks, his being. Or it can be in reverse. He may not like how he looks. He may not like what he eats. All the physical ailments such as anorexia and body dysmorphia, any kind of physical ailments related to the body comes out of unbalanced Muladhara Chakra. And if the person is able to balance this Muladhara Chakra, he is able to overcome these diseases. 90% diseases occur in the mind. Only 10% are real diseases related to the body. Okay. So that is basically the essence of Muladhara Chakra. Muladhara Chakra, if you want to remember it in one word, it's the chakra of rigidity. It allows you to remain stable, and stability is important. Okay. If you're someone who changes job too often, still your Muladhara is unbalanced. Okay. I was in that particular position. It does not provide the necessary stability. If you begin to balance the chakra, you will begin to find the way where you're able to stay stable and you're able to keep a job for a lengthy amount of period of time. So that is the at most about Muladhara Chakra that I don't think anyone is going to tell you. Okay, this is from my own experience. Of course, it will be authentic and you won't be able to hear the same thing from someone else. So please like this video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching this on course, you will definitely see a next video. A few things more that I can add that I forgot to add in the previous video is there are certain herbs that you can try that are really helpful for Muladhara Chakra. One of the herb is ashwagandha. Okay, ashwagandha is a root and it's become famous as an agent for testosterone. Okay, and gym goers take ashwagandha to boost their testosterone to work out as much as they want. But it's not just that. Okay, it stabilizes the Muladhara Chakra. It brings the grounding energy. In meditation, sometimes what happens is you begin to have a lot of energy. You begin to exert a lot of energy. You begin to shake. That's again an attribute of unbalanced Muladhara Chakra. You are not stable. To bring that stability, the Vedas describes consuming ashwagandha in the morning and even in the evening before bed. Before bed is the best time. The other thing that you can do to balance your Muladhara Chakra more, bring in the stability, is walk on the grass. Walking on grass, hugging trees is a really important practice to ground yourself, to stabilize yourself. Because what happens is, daily life, we are surrounded by phones, surrounded by laptops, everything, television, and we are constantly bombarded with information, constantly bombarded with radio waves, energy, vibrations, and all the chakra which are energy centers start vibrating, start twisting this direction, because we are constantly being pulled by the information to take one action or other, which leads to confusion, which reduces the stability within our own being. To bring that stability, one of the most important practice is walking on grass barefoot. And when you're walking on grass barefoot, complete attention should be on the sensation that your foot is feeling, palm of your foot is feeling. Okay, complete attention. Walk in similar way 10 minutes. It will help you ground yourself and it will help bring that stability and balance to the Muladhara Chakra. That's all for this video. I hope you learn something from this video. If you did, please like this video, subscribe to my channel on YouTube. It's Yoga Mind Mastery. If you're watching this on course, I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.